The views, thoughts, and opinions expressed on this program are the speaker's own and do not represent the views, thoughts, and opinions of the Bunk Collective and its affiliates. The material and information presented here is for general information and entertainment purposes only. This program might include strong images or language and may not be suitable for all audiences. This podcast was mainly created for fun and entertainment. And because we're the only podcast that has a big enough bravado to talk about all these. Viewer discretion is advised.
When can we stop at greeting people Happy New Year? It's like we're recording this mid-January, right? It's like, and I've been talking to some of the clients that I have for work. It's like, hey, Happy New Year. It's like, and it's like the third time that we met each other after the break. It's like, I just thought about it. It's like a short one. When can we stop greeting everyone New Year? Kasi tapos na yung Three Kings, di ba? Do you still greet people Happy New Year whenever you meet them? At this time?
I guess.
Probably, yeah.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
On the 14th?
Siguro, pag bumagsak na ng third week of January, maybe you should stop na.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
probably reasonable.
Hindi ba Chinese New Year yung basehan natin? It's like, if Chinese New Year has passed, then maybe we should stop telling each other Happy New Year. But what is Chinese New Year? January din ba?
Parang
I think it's
February.
yeah.
Parang Feb,
First
yeah,
week
right.
of Feb.
Okay, gotcha. Now, I thought about that kasi nga, as a topic, you know how New Year is big. You know, it's a big celebration. Obviously, it's a turn of, the year, and there's always this I want to say cliche thing that we do where you have a New Year's resolution, right? It's like it's kind of funny, sometimes kind of crappy too. It was like, but I wanted to ask you, you'd probably created a New Year's resolution for yourself at one point in your life. What's an actual resolution that you followed through on? Are there any by any chance? Let's start with our guest here. Prepped up with the camera and the great mic. It's like gift. It's like, do you have
no.
any resolution that you followed through?
Actually, for me, am I lagging or am I good?
No, you're good.
You're good. You're good. Mhm.
Okay. For me, I'm not really a fan of New Year's resolution, to be honest. I used to
Yes.
always
Agree.
every
Break the
year
stigma.
I always used to put it on my New Year's resolution list that to be more fit, and then it cuts. It doesn't. It's not.
How do
cut off
how
by
do you
January.
even? It's like, I don't know, like zero body fat, ganon. It's like 0% body fat.
I
Things
don't
like
know.
that.
Just like
Siguro to be
I
more
just wanted to
active, yeah.
More
like
active.
that.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
So it was always like, okay, I want to become more fit in the
Yeah.
turn of the year, but it never really happens. It's just like your usual cadence of, probably
Yeah.
working out and
Yeah.
things like that. It's like you're not pushing it. Gotcha.
Yeah.
Ingrid, do you have any?
I think we have the same sentiments when it comes to New Year's resolutions. Like people always ask me, "Oh, so what's your New Year's resolution?" Ganyan.
Lab
But
life?
for me, nah. But for me, it shouldn't be you shouldn't just do it if it's a new year. If it's a new year, if you want to change
Wow.
something, you just
Thanks,
go ahead
Gandhi.
and
What the hell?
you just go ahead and change it if you can. Tsaka, yun din. I don't really like disclosing it because, one, there's added pressure. Do you get me?
Fair enough.
There's added
Yeah,
Yes,
yeah.
pressure.
yes.
So, if you do end up doing them, it feels a lot more, I don't know,
Mm.
rewarding, I guess.
It's like people would definitely say it's like easy for you to say you're a content creator, things like that. But even if you're like someone that doesn't do something like content creating, it's like if you post it on Facebook and people, see that, oh, ito yung New Year's resolution nito ni Dustin. It's like, tas bigla mga around like September, di naman niya sinunod, parang weird. So I can definitely understand like that kind of added pressure if you reveal something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also thought of the New Year's resolution that once did. It's like I think I followed through. It's like something in the lines of what Gift said, where I tried to become more fit because like obviously I'm not the the most fit guy. But at one point where around 2018, I think, where I said it's like I'm gonna become fit. I'm gonna put on some weight, like muscle weight, and go do Brazilian Jiu Jitsu, which I did for like 3 years. But then the pandemic happened, so I kind of stopped doing it again, and it's like it kind of sucked. So I guess like if ever that the pandemic didn't happen, I'm probably still doing it because it's like it something like martial arts. Like it you tend to lower down your self esteem if you don't do it for a long time.
Mm.
And I guess like not only for martial arts, like for a lot of things. So maybe something like that where it's like I did want to follow through it, but due to the circumstances I couldn't. Is that my fault? It is my fault still kasi ngayon pwede na tas hindi ko pa rin siya ginagawa. So I guess.
Yeah, but then don't beat yourself up for it, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah. Do you have a weird New Year's resolution?
What about gift?
What
For
about
me,
something so obnoxious? Yeah, gift.
I think wala naman. Like, really, I don't
She's
set New
normal.
Year's
Yeah.
resolution. Yeah, kasi pag like at the end of the year, if you don't meet your New Year's resolution, kaya nga kanina, it's gonna feel like very bad. Like, oh, wala ko
Yeah,
Mm.
nagawa.
yeah.
And then like, so that's why I just
Yeah,
don't
Oh,
set
yeah.
wala ko
talaga.
nagawa.
Yeah.
Alam mo yung meme na
No.
they typed down their 2023 New Year's resolutions and then they put like a list. So what they did was they just deleted number 3 and changed it to 4.
It's cool.
Oh
It's
my
like I think you
goodness.
should definitely create a list. It's like it's more of like not a resolution, but kind of like a bucket list of the things that you wanted to do,
Yeah.
and you
Yeah.
don't have to have like a certain amount of time to do it. So
Mm.
I don't know. New Year's resolutions kind of weird, man. It's like I feel that a lot of people still do it, but maybe mainly probably primarily for the hashtag instead of actually doing it.
I
Because
guess.
there's a lot of things that like on Facebook too. Like Facebook is for boomers, right? It's like gift. You probably have Facebook, right? And whenever
I
like
don't.
oh you don't. What's wrong with
Oh,
content creators? Like
I don't. I'm
Ingrid
not
doesn't have
active on
Facebook too.
Facebook.
Because it's
So
just too
Oh.
much na. It's too much like for me. Parang ang dami nang
Yeah.
kailangan i-update.
my
Anyway.
Facebook is LinkedIn. I have Facebook though, pero it's like mas tambay ako ng LinkedIn kaysa sa Facebook. But you know how Facebook is kind of like for boomers, and then you see like your random tita on Facebook posting about hashtag New Year's resolution, ganto ganyan ganyan yung gagawin ko. It's like you're gonna kind of look at them around June. It's like, oh, that never happened. Okay, cool. Very judgmental of you. Well, anyway, welcome to the Kingdom Podcast Season 4. This is Yuki. This is Ingrid. Over here, jeez, ladies and gentlemen,
Woo!
the record holder, actually, for the podcast to having the most views for a single episode. It's like thousands of you listen to her episode, and it's her third comeback, or rather, second comeback here on the Kingdom Podcast. Please welcome back on the show. This is Gift. Hell yeah.
Hi. Hi, everyone. It's nice
Look at
meeting
the
you
setup.
again.
It's like, mas professional to, no? Gift, like, may videos, like, ganda yung audio
No.
natin. What,
Yes.
did we do video back then? We didn't, right? That
No,
was
we didn't. I
pre-Ingrid.
remember just
Yeah.
holding my phone. Yeah, I was just holding my phone, like
How you
talking.
normally talk to people, like, on your
Yeah,
TikTok.
like just like on a call.
So,
Yeah.
Gift, there's a lot that happened, you know, when you stopped appearing on the podcast. Like it wasn't really a recurring thing anyways, and that's totally understandable. It was kind of like a
Hmm.
guesting thing. She was super busy with school and obviously with her content, and a lot of things happened. Let's talk about this. Gift, weren't you like didn't you say at one point, and correct me if I'm wrong, this was the first podcast guesting that you did ever? Hmm.
Oh yeah. this podcast was my very, very first podcast that I
See,
guessed it. And
Ingrid,
like,
sabi sa'yo eh.
yeah.
So what happened? Like what? Because obviously it's such a successful podcast. Probably hundreds and thousands of people listen to your podcast, and I wanted to ask like what kind of change happened? What was the thought process on making you want to start your own?
Actually, I started the podcast mainly because somebody replied on my Instagram story to like, hey, why not start a podcast? Kasi ang dami mong daldal. So
Mm.
I was like, oh,
Mhm.
okay naman, no? So like, I I started a podcast, and then I that was grade 11. I was still in grade 11, and then that was earlier
Jeez.
last year.
God.
Oh, look at that! It's
Yeah.
the Apple thing, like when you do the
Oh,
thumbs up. You don't know that?
really?
Yeah.
Ah, no.
Just
Is it?
there you
There.
go.
Oh, shit. I think it's the video effects.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's a video effects on
Oh, really?
her phone. Yeah, yeah, super cool. But yeah,
Oh, okay. I
anyway.
should stop. Okay.
So dahil marami kang
So
daldal.
yeah,
I
yes,
love
madami
that.
akong daldal. So, I decided to open a podcast, and I spent like a whole week just like stressing myself. What's the cover art, what's the topics and stuff, and then
Yeah.
I
Mhm.
talked and talked, and then it just kind of blew up.
It's kind of cool
Yeah.
too. It's like you talk about very relatable stuff. Like it's not it's a usual thing that you talk about relatable stuff, but it's
Mm.
super difficult. And coming from experience of hosting a solo podcast, I can't do it anymore.
Yeah.
It's like I can't start.
It's so hard though because I have to talk to myself, and like I have to like think of like new, what do you call it, like new thoughts and stuff, so that hindi
Mhm.
makat. So it's really hard to like keep the podcast going, but it works. Yeah, sometimes it works,
How how
sometimes it doesn't.
how often is the cadence of your publishing? Is it a weekly thing? Bi-weekly thing?
Yeah, weekly. Yeah, Fridays,
Jeez.
every Friday.
Man, I can't even. It's like, and,
'Cause
and I can understand when you start and you're on that grind, you just can't stop. And it's
mm,
like anything
Yeah.
that you see becomes content. You get what I
yeah.
mean? Where
Yeah.
it's like, oh, I experienced this. I tripped. Pucha, content. That's content for me.
Or yeah, you have to
Things
write
like
it
that.
down. Like if
Yes,
you think
yes.
of like a topic to talk about, you have to write it
Exactly.
down.
Was
Yeah.
there
Mm.
was there any weird topic that you discussed on the podcast that you said like should I have just like should I take that down? Things like that,
Not really naman, but I think I'm always careful when it comes to topics that are about relationships because my mom,
Mm.
she listens. So like parang ang weird naman na like
Oh.
yung anak ko bakit ganito? So, gan-
Right, right, right.
so yeah,
so
it's
so
a
so
bit weird.
mom listens to the episode, so mom listens to the podcast, so you have to be careful about things what you say. Like that is hilarious to me.
Yes.
Jeez.
Yes, correct.
I actually also think my mom listens to our podcast.
Yeah. My
She
mom
just doesn't tell me.
my mom secretly listens to it. Like sometimes I see
Really?
yeah, I see like the logo on
Uh,
her on her
oh
home.
shit, really?
Yeah, but it's fine. I don't really care. Ay, sabi ko kasi sa kanya, like she asked me, so what is it? What do you guys talk about? Ganyan. I'm like, nothing really, that will interest you. And then, oh, by the way, I cussed there. So I was like, yeah, that's fine. That's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. You're 37. You're good. And my mom tells me so because my mom doesn't live with me. She lives, someplace else. So whenever she talks to me about the podcast, and there's a level of success of the podcast that she's very proud of, obviously. But at the same time, it's like we don't really talk about the content because number one, it's a K-pop podcast. She would never get it, even if she tried,
Mm.
unless she wanted to actually be a K-pop fan. And number two, there's a lot of shit that I say here on the podcast. So I think there's that level of it's like anxiousness if ever that she wants to talk about like something that I said or we talked about. So
Yeah.
I guess it's
Nabawasan naman na Yukes eh.
nabawasan. Yeah. I feel like I'm more tame now. That
Yeah.
is true. I don't normally go through the cancelable content anymore. Although there's still
Oh.
questionable things that I say, but it's like I don't know. It is definitely weird if ever that someone that you know from your everyday life listens to the podcast.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's very relatable gift. It's like all I guess all three of like our moms listen to the podcast then. So moms,
Yeah.
shout out, shout out, Sanya. Thanks for listening to the podcast. So basically, content gift. You're talking about your podcast, so this is another one of the things that you have as content.
Yep.
It's like within like 100% now, because like back then you were pretty fluent. Where you are
Yeah.
now
For what? Like the
for
Korean
your
thingy?
Korean fluency? Yeah. Mm.
Ah, I think it's the same. I don't know. People comment down like, "Oh, you gotten better." I'm like, "Well, I don't you know what?" But like, yeah, I think it's pretty the same.
But it's
Yeah.
still an ongoing thing, right? Like you still do the studies and stuff, and or are you done with that?
I'm done with studying. I didn't have time, but I do still watch K dramas. And the best thing is that I watch K dramas right now with no subtitles, so that's very
Cool.
Yeah,
good.
That's the
bang.
dream. That's the
Yeah.
dream. No, yeah, because
Ah,
your videos, like I come across your videos on my FYP like before, and yeah, I
Mhm.
could like literally say na. I think you sound a lot more
yeah, that
like
is true.
natural.
Mm-mm. That
Oh,
is true.
really?
Yeah, it's
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 not.
it's like I'm listening to like an actual Korean person
Mm-mm.
when you talk.
Oh, thank
Yeah.
But
you.
the people that you talk to, Gift, they're pretty good too, right? I mean, those are also Filipinos that probably don't do the content that you do, but are studying to learn how to speak. But they're pretty bang on as
Yeah.
well. How is that even? It's like I can't
Yeah,
even
yeah.
start, man. I can't.
They're
I
so
wanted to
great.
think. I wanted to think that I can live in Korea, but I could probably live in Korea for probably a week, and then I'd give up because I have no one to talk to. Obviously, like Koreans know how to speak in English, but like at the same time, like it's a different when you're having this kind of conversation compared to going to the market. It's like, 안녕하세요, 얼마예요? It's like that kind of weird accent. What you do is like,
Have you
Yeah.
been to Korea though, Gift?
No, I haven't been to Korea yet. That's a
what?
Yeah.
shame. Yeah,
It's
I
fine.
haven't
She's
been to
gonna get a
Korea.
sponsored trip soon.
Yeah,
I'm
let's
claiming it.
go.
Hopefully.
Like she has to, like maybe Klook or something. We should like
Yeah,
contribute.
it's a freaking name, man.
Oh, I should work
Well,
harder.
for someone that speaks fluent Korean and not having been to Korea, it's pretty weird.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it's
Yeah.
like guys, sponsor
I
her,
haven't been to
sponsor her
Korea.
flight.
Have
Yeah,
you
but
been
you
to
don't speak
Korea?
Yeah.
Korean.
I'm a Korea boo.
Oh, someone like no, never mind. Okay, so content like your videos spanning, it's like, and you're producing a lot now. Like there's a I think it's more often that you're on there now compared to how you were posting back then. So
Yeah.
I wanted to ask, what's something not necessarily stopping like the content that you're creating, but is there something interesting like on the top of your head that you wanted to try to add to the content?
Mm,
Like
Add
something
to the
that
content?
your followers would
yeah.
never imagine you
Like
trying.
not to spoil them or anything,
Not
but
to
like
spoil them, yeah.
Oh, I
Is there
don't
something that,
know.
because you've done like pretty much
you've
like
done everything?
everything.
Yeah, to be
You
honest,
do
like
dancing videos as well, like you do brand
yeah, she's
collaborations.
pretty good at dancing. Like she is like
Oh
Oh
a
yeah,
baller
no.
when it comes
man.
to dancing.
Dude, I'm a frustrated dancer. I can't.
Yeah, but I haven't danced in a while though. So
Oh yeah,
I was
that's true.
hoping. Oh yeah, this one. My
Mm,
mom always tells me to like do like a sing, a song cover. So I'm not
ooh,
really that confident with my voice. So I told her to like, nah, probably not. But last year I was hoping that I could release one on my birthday for like, to give it like as a gift to my fans
yeah.
and stuff.
Hmm.
But I couldn't, since I also got my microphone back then. So I was like, oh, my microphone
Hmm.
naman ako, so maybe I could
Mm.
record. But like, I don't know, it just I just didn't.
You're
I'm
shy,
not
shy
really that
type.
I
confident.
Good.
think it's just gonna
Yeah.
come to you. Like the moment's just gonna come to you. Like when once you like want to
Mm,
record it, I think it's just gonna come.
yeah.
It's like
Proud.
for context gift. Because she said that it's just gonna come to you. There was one time where she was washing the dishes.
Fuck you, man.
Okay.
And then she started singing, and then okay, that's a good song. Let me press record, and then she started recording the song on her phone,
Okay.
and that's how you create content, ladies and gents.
Yeah, I think it's more of like ADHD or something. Maybe it's just that.
So you can't forget about the song. Okay, I gotta record this fast. It's like it's like I can get it out of my system.
Maybe when your voice is in good condition and like if
That's
you
true.
don't record or if you don't take that chance,
Mm-mm.
you're just not gonna
Yeah.
have that again.
So maybe gift kapag
Yes.
naghuhugas ka ng pinggan tas may naisip kang kanta, you'll never know, It's like maybe try it
Probably,
out.
yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe sa CR then.
Yeah,
Oh
that's true,
yes,
right? It's
because
like
the
Yeah.
acoustics is
acoustics is
Yeah.
better,
uh-huh.
Washing your hands and
Yeah.
stuff. It's like, oh, that's a good song. Wait, where's my phone? Let me dry my hands. Things like
Tama,
that.
tama.
So yeah, we got gift here. We wanted to talk about obviously, her content, and we'll talk about that later on for a little bit again. But she is also a K-pop fan, and I wanted to talk about Blackpink. You heard the
Okay.
news. It's like
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Blackpink, it's like they did not re-sign with YG. There was
Yeah.
like a conversation back then that Rose was the only one that re-signed, but she never really
Yeah.
did. Parang it
Yeah.
backpedaled into all of them not re-signing.
Mm.
So there's still a group though, which is great,
Yeah.
fantastic, and it's going to be under YG. But I wanted to ask you, so what were your thoughts when Blackpink renewed as a group but didn't renew as individuals?
For me, before like they renewed as a group, before we all found out that they renewed as a group, I was really like nervous because I was like, oh
Mm.
no, probably they're not gonna renew and like it's gonna be done.
Mm,
So like I was nervous, but I was glad that they renewed as a group. But I think it's okay lang din naman na like, they renewed as like solos because probably we can get like more contents with Lisa dancing. Jenny opened her agency, so that's
yeah, that's
great.
true.
And then
Hmm.
probably more dramas for Jisoo. So and then Rosie, she needs a song. So she needs a song. So yeah, I think it's okay lang naman sa akin.
Rosie's been posting on Instagram too that she's in a studio, and which is like fantastic, right? It's like
Yeah.
I think I
Yeah.
think Blackpink's solo acts were pretty good. Like, comparing it to any other group or any other solo act that came out of from a group. It's like I think
Mm-hmm.
Blackpink's solo careers were, pretty successful, I would say. But
Yes.
it's like I am biased because I'm a Rose bias. So
Okay.
I did want her to be the first one to, come out with a solo, even from a different
Mm.
agency.
Mm-hmm.
But do you have any speculation on who would go solo first?
I think we're the same. I think Rosie will release one soon because yun na nga yung Instagram
She's in
post
the
niya.
studio, yeah. Mm.
Yeah. And then there were rumors na it's Zayn that she is it the right name? That she's
Zayn,
collaborating with?
One Direction Zayn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've
Because
heard of
Ooh.
that too.
they're
I think.
Zayn. Yeah, Zayn also posted like a studio, and then it had like the same, but there was like Rosie thing, and then for
Yeah.
Zayn's,
Mm-hmm.
he wrote his name, so like it was the same studio.
Oh, it was
So
probably them.
yeah, so I
Wow.
think pretty soon, yeah, that's exciting.
I'm
Jeez.
curious, like how it's gonna sound. Like,
Yeah,
what's the genre?
yeah.
You know what I want? It's like Zayn's Pillow Talk, right? I
Mm.
want a Pillow Talk vibe song
Yeah.
Mm.
that they can belt out. It's like because obviously Zayn has a pretty good singing voice, and Rose is like phenomenal in the microphone.
Mm-hmm.
So I want like a vibe where there's a downbeat and it's like just a like I want a pop ballad, if that makes sense. So
Mm.
something like a Pillow Talk. If ever that they can do something like Pillow Talk, then I am like all ears for that.
Like a little slow.
A little slow. It's
Mm-hmm.
like not super upbeat and
Yeah.
stuff. So
Yeah,
and
to
Rosie's
showcase
gonna
your voice. Yeah.
Rosie's gonna really shine in that kind of genre.
True.
Like
Yeah.
something like On the Ground. It's like
Mm-hmm.
Rose doing On the Ground, things like that. So I don't know.
Yeah.
It's like Ingrid, do you have any bets on who you think would go first, like when it comes to the solos? Are you
Mm,
gonna say Jenny because she's your bias? too.
Well, we haven't heard from Rose, so I think we haven't really heard from her. Like Jenny released "You and Me." It's under YG, but then it's still pretty
Yeah.
recent for her to release a song this early. And she also, I think she uploaded like a little snippet, not a snippet, but like a preview of her recording in the studio also.
Hmm.
So maybe Rose will go first. I'm hoping she'll go first, and then maybe
Wow.
Jenny.
Really?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, because it's been a while since we heard her
Yeah, it's been a
with the
while,
solo
no.
songs.
It's like
Yeah.
was
Yeah.
it Jenny, Rose, Lisa, Jisoo as the order of the solos?
I think
Or did
so. Or
Yeah.
maybe
Lisa go first?
I think Lisa went first, or I'm
Mm-hmm.
not sure.
No, no, I think it's I think we're right. I think Rose came first
Okay.
before Lalisa.
Mm-hmm.
Mm.
Who do you think had arguably the most successful solo career gift?
Oh no. For
This will be
me,
cancelable, don't worry.
oh no.
All of them are successful, by the way. Let's preface it
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
All of them were
Yeah.
successful, but in your objective, thought, it's like who do you think had the most successful one?
I think it's Lisa because
Yeah.
her song,
Hmm.
especially
Hmm.
Money,
Mm-hmm.
banger. It went viral on TikTok for like the Squid Game, so like everybody was using it and like it had so much streams. So I think yeah, Lisa. I love her song.
Yeah.
I think Lisa
Agree.
also had the best songs out of all of them. And that's coming from a
Mm.
Rose bias. On the Ground was pretty solid. It's like all of them were pretty okay,
Yeah.
but it's like I think Lisa really had the strongest um solo career out of
Yeah.
all four of them. It's like
Yeah.
it
And her
trended
songs are
to,
like
you know, it trended in the best way possible. It's because people
yeah.
not only liked how it sounded, but it's like it was everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was sad how it wasn't favored in Korea just because she is a foreigner. I mean, that's
Yeah.
speculations, but then again,
Mm,
she didn't
yeah.
win any music show. Like, that's
Yeah,
crazy.
Oh,
that
really?
that that
I
was
did
yeah.
not
That's what I
Yeah.
know.
was weirded about. Yeah, it's like it didn't win any award. It was probably
Oh.
it was like let me check on this really quickly though. When was Lalisa um
I think
comp?
October 2021.
So it was 2 years ago, and it's September. You were close.
Oh.
So yeah, like it was kind of weird that it didn't win any awards because it's the September time. Like people that even release around May or June still get nominated,
Yeah.
and win, an award. But yeah, it was kind of weird that Lalisa or Money didn't win any award
Yeah.
because
But it did
those
so
were,
well
Mm.
internationally.
yeah, it's like 2021. It was Money and Lalisa. It's like
Yeah. Everywhere.
at the majority of the year.
Mm.
So
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Plus, it showcased one of the best dances like from a solo act in recent
Yeah.
Yeah.
histories. Like I kid
Everyone
you
was
not,
doing
man.
it.
It's like
Yeah.
everyone's like TikTok was a trend, obviously in 2020 up until today, and everyone on that platform did either Money or Lalisa, but didn't win any awards. Yeah, kind of weird.
Yeah.
As a fan, that weirded me out. Um, and people say that I'm a
Mm.
Blackpink hater. It's like- so realistically, though, before we get to our break, when do you expect them to come back as a group?
For
Three
me, I
years?
think no, I think I saw like an article saying that they were preparing for a comeback. So probably
Holy
later this year?
shit.
Or I don't know, maybe I was just
Later
dreaming.
this
But
year?
yeah,
I
Really?
hope so too, dude. I hope
I
so.
hope yeah, yeah. But I hope there's a tour, but I don't know.
How old there's a tour? Did you attend the concert,
Yeah,
Liv?
yeah. I was also
Yeah.
about to say kanina na like Lisa's songs were such a banger as a concert. Like everybody was just
Yes.
like crazy. It was crazy.
Mhm.
So I went to the concert and it was so fun. So
Were
Day
you
yeah,
one.
I
day
just hope.
one, day two?
Day two,
Oh,
Oh,
same.
thankfully.
both of you. Yeah. You
Yeah.
guys both.
Oh really?
Yeah, it was Lisa's birthday too, so like the encore was a
Yeah.
lot longer than the first day,
Yeah.
so
Yeah.
yeah, pretty cool.
Right.
Ingrid, when do you expect them coming back with everything
Well,
that's happening
I'm pretty biased, so
within the year?
hopefully not the one within. I don't think so. I think realistically, maybe first to second quarter of next year, possibly. I think they're gonna be focusing more on their individual activities for sure.
It's
Mm,
like
right.
focusing on the brand of them being solo,
Yeah,
acts. And
yeah.
yeah, maybe realistically, I'm also even thinking of like a September comeback, like third quarter of next year.
Mm.
Um,
Mm,
I also don't think that YG can contend with where they are now, because they're doing their solo careers. They're gonna focus on themselves. Obviously, the fans are important. The group is important, but at the same time, it's like
Yeah. And
they gotta build their brand.
we can't forget about Baby Monster. They have to have a comeback.
Oh yeah, right.
oh, right.
So, Give, have you
Tama,
listened?
tama.
Have you listened to Baby Monster yet?
Yeah, I listened to their Batter Up song.
Yeah.
It's
Did you like the
so
Blackpink
cool.
reject? No, I'm kidding.
Oh no.
But
But it was
look, don't get me
nice.
wrong. Don't get me wrong. That was a decent song. Like I thought Baby
Yeah.
Monster really brought it. Yeah. It's like
Yeah. I think it's nice
some
actually.
some of the people around me didn't really, it's like weren't to the like batter up weren't to their liking. But
Mm.
as someone historically being known to be very critical about a debuting group having their first song like kind of fail, I kind of like this song.
Yeah,
Like it
it's
was
good.
yeah, yeah.
It's very YG.
That
Yeah,
that
it's very
is true. It
YG.
is very YG. Yeah. Although it's like sometimes like in the before we get to our break, because we're going on a break after this, in the benefit of everyone, I think like something that, like what you said, Ingrid, it's something very YG. Historically, that was something negative, right? But in
Mm-hmm.
recent times, I think it's pretty solid again. Like I think the
Yeah.
quality of YG songs have really bumped up
Yeah.
in
I
Yeah.
think
recent
ever
times.
since Shung and
Ever since
maybe that.
Shong and Vibe, and it was like obviously
Yeah.
Black Label's a different company, but it's still a
Mhm.
subsidiary of YG. Fast
Yeah.
Forward was Song of the Year for me, to be honest with
Yeah.
you. So it's like something along those songs, and then they did Batter Up, which is pretty solid too. What was the boy group from YG again? Winner?
Treasure? Was it
Treasure?
Treasure? Oh
Yeah.
no.
Is it
Oh.
Treasure? Yeah, it is Treasure, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
Treasure
Treasure.
is like is hitting a stride where they're obviously in contention for being the top, boy group in the industry.
Mhm.
So I
Mhm.
am like all in. It's like I'm not the biggest fan of YG, but what I saw in Baby Monster, really, really promising future for that group. And I also just don't know if Blackpink can contend right now with the contend with the attention that YG is putting into Baby Monster.
Yeah.
Not I'm talking about YG. I'm not talking about the fan and the fanfare, things like that. I'm talking about YG. I think because Blackpink didn't resign as soloists, then they would put the majority of their money on Baby Monster for now.
Mhm.
So realistically, maybe I agree with Ingrid. It's like, it's like obviously it's like in my heart, like I would love for them to have a comeback this year, but second, third quarter of next year would probably be more realistic. Plus, historically, Blackpink never really does a comeback of like every year, ever since like 2018, I think. So
Mm.
let's see. Let's see how that turns out.
Yeah. Mhm.
Let's get to our break. Let's get to our commercial break. When we come back, we'll have more of Gift and more of the Kingdom Podcast. Go, you guys.
This is the Kingdom Podcast with DWI. We'll be back after a brief break.
What's up, Kingdom fam? Yuki here. Have you ever dreamt of sharing your voice with the world, discussing your favorite K-pop hits, or diving deep into the world of K-dramas? Well, podcasting is really the way to go, and Zencaster is here to make that journey seamless and enjoyable. Zencaster is the all-in-one solution that's revolutionizing the podcasting world. Whether you're a seasoned podcaster or just starting out, Zencaster ensures that creating high-quality audio and video podcasts is as easy as a click. With its web-based platform, you can record, produce, and publish studio-quality content all from a single dashboard. Let me tell you, it's not just about recording. Zencaster's post-production magic will have you sounding like a pro, removing those little ums and ahs and even those occasional awkward pauses. Plus, with Zencaster's multi-layered backups, you can have peace of mind knowing your recordings are safe, even if your internet decides to take a little break. And of course, for our Kingdom Podcast listeners, we have something special. Use our exclusive code, TheKingdomPodPH, and get 30% off your first month of any Zencaster paid plan. Dive into the world of podcasting with Zencaster and let your voice be heard. So, Kingdom fam, are you ready to embark on your podcasting journey? With Zencaster, it's not just about podcasting. It's about creating, sharing, and inspiring. Visit Zencaster.com and start your journey today.
Hey Kingdom fam! Ever felt like you've danced to one too many K-pop songs and need a hydration boost? Or maybe you've just binge-watched your favorite K-drama and forgot to drink water. We've all been there. Introducing Liquid IV, the game changer in hydration that'll have you feeling refreshed faster than your favorite K-pop groups come back. But wait, it's not just about quenching your thirst. With Liquid IV, you're getting a hydration powerhouse. One stick in your water gives you 2 times the hydration, 5 essential vitamins, and 3 times the electrolytes of those other sports drinks. And let's talk flavors, from sea berry to strawberry lemonade and even pina colada. There's a flavor for every K-pop era. And here's the best part. For our listeners, we've got a special treat. Get 20% off your Liquid IV order when you use our exclusive code, TheKingdomPodPH. That's right. Stay hydrated and save some cash. So next time you're jamming to your favorite tunes or deep into a K-drama marathon, remember to hydrate the K-pop way with Liquid IV. Cheers to better hydration!
You're listening to the Kingdom Podcast. All episodes are available on Spotify, Apple Podcast, and YouTube. The OGs are back.
Welcome back to the podcast. You can go to Instagram, TikTok. We're also on Threads, right, Ingrid?
Yep.
Like we don't post there though, but yeah, it's like all in the same name. Oh, also on YouTube at the Kingdom Pod PH. You can follow myself for Ukemeister. What the hell? For Instagram, you can follow me at Ukemeister. For Ingrid here on TikTok, Ingrid Marie IIE for her Instagram with an underscore at the very end. Same name. And for Gift here, you're everywhere too, Gift. Like, where can we find you? What are your socials?
You can find me on Instagram at Lane Margaret Gift and also on YouTube at _yourgift. And lastly, on TikTok, you can find me at ZJaihs, which is ZJAIHS. Yes. And also
Wait,
Gift
what?
Podcast on Spotify.
Hell
What's
yeah.
the backstory on the
Oh, you gotta know. You gotta tell her, Gift. You gotta tell her.
Oh. Really, it's just I was just typing random letters. That's pretty much it. I was just typing and like I didn't know that it would
And it-
blow up
and it
the
caught up?
account, so.
It blew up, so it was
Yeah.
it was too late for her to change.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like,
Oh,
oh,
that's-
maybe I'll lose some followers, so you know.
It's so good.
That's pretty iconic, I think. It's a funny story to tell.
If I ever start a TikTok channel, I would probably bang my head on my keyboard and settle with that. I think that would be a great story.
Probably.
Aren't you a lurker though? Like you have an
I
account,
am,
but
yeah,
then you don't-
definitely, yeah. It's like I'm a lurker. Obviously, it's like, you know, because I'm a big TikTok fan, so I have an account, but I don't publish or post anything there. What's funny is that because I'm a lurker, obviously people don't know that that's me. Obviously, Ingrid would know who I am, but it's like you would never know that that's me because the things that I like are pretty random. But at the same time, people are starting to follow me on TikTok without any kind of content. And then when you check on their profile, they're also listeners of the podcast. It's like, how in the hell did people find out this was me? But I will not confirm who you guys are, and nor deny anything. But yeah, for the I don't know how many followers do I have on TikTok. It's really funny because it's like it was so random that people decided to start following me. Oh, for the 13 people that follow me, 'cause it's weird. It's like I have look, I have nothing. I have nothing on. Like I have nothing to post. So
Maybe it's
it's
connected
kind of weird.
to the podcast TikTok.
I don't think it is.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, weird kind of stat. But anyway, welcome back to the show.
Yeah.
Um, Gift
Yep.
TXT, one of the groups that you follow.
Yes. Yes.
They don't really get a lot of flack, or maybe because like I don't really follow TXT a whole lot. Although I do know
Mm-hmm.
of them, obviously they're. I don't even think they're an up and riser anymore. I really think that they're in contention already for being one of the best male groups in the industry right now. So I
Yeah.
wanted to talk to you about your thoughts on them because obviously they're a group that you follow. But I also wanted to ask: do you objectively think that say that they debuted under a different company? You
Mm-hmm.
think pareho lang yung response na makukuha nila? Let's say same discography, same group of members. Do you think that they would have the same amount of response or attention if ever that they came from a different company?
I think yeah, I think it would be the same, but when probably because when they debuted, they were under big hit, so it was a
Yeah.
bit. Everyone was like looking forward to them, so the
Mhm.
debut was boom. Very. I think they were like the highest.
Yeah.
I don't know for now, but
Mm.
they used to
At the
be like the
time, yeah.
highest viewed MV. Yeah, for a debut music video.
Mhm.
So I think that's one, but I think it's the same. They would probably still like you know like parang maging popular because
Mm.
the members are like all rounders. So all
Yeah.
of the members are they can sing, dance. Nobody is like lacking or nobody's parang like they're all rounders. So
Mm.
good. And number one is that they're very funny. So like kahit anong like entertainment, they're gonna they're gonna make people laugh. So I think it's the
Yeah.
same. Except for the debut part kasi grabe talaga
Yeah.
yung
Yeah,
big hit
because
Mm.
na
some
label
because some
name.
people label them as BTS's little brothers, and like there are
Yeah.
some how do you say aunties?
Yeah, antis, yeah.
Yeah,
Like
antis.
Antis, yeah.
They say that, oh, they wouldn't have gotten the same success that they.
success. Mm.
Yeah.
I was
Yeah,
Mm.
also
but then
I
I,
wasn't
I agree
thinking
with
of
Gift.
that. Yeah, I wasn't thinking of that, but at the same time, it's like you can get hate like that even from people that follow BTS.
Mm-hmm.
It's like
Yeah.
Gift as a fan of TXT. What do you call the fandom name for TXT?
Moa.
We're MOAs. MOA. Like SMOA.
Ah,
Yeah.
okay, Mall of Asia. Okay,
MOA.
so what do you say? What
Yeah.
do you say? Like as a Mall of Asia, it's like what do you say?
Uh-huh.
Like to the people that say that. It's like is there something that like probably defend TXT because TXT like I don't follow TXT, but I know for a fact that they're freaking up there when it comes to talent. And like you said,
Mm.
Yeah.
there's no weak link in TXT.
Yeah.
They're all rounders. So it's like, do you have any reaction to what they said about being BTS's little brothers?
Yeah, every time I hear that, I just say na parang you should watch them. The songs
Yeah.
are great. And especially I really recommend like the variety shows that they have
Yeah.
because that's really the main thing that parang I kept on like standing them because they're so funny and like I just
Mm.
can't. And I feel like yeah, they're great and I just kind of like don't mind the people na parang they say na it's BTS's brothers because especially nung debut they always say
Mm.
na oh BTS will have like little brothers and like I'm like girl that's TXT.
Yeah,
So
but then
yeah.
they're tall too. They're hella tall. Like I didn't realize
Oo nga.
Yeah.
they're freakishly tall. Like
Super.
if like okay, I'm a stay, so I stand Stray
Mm-hmm.
Kids, and there was like one time they
Mm-hmm.
were being interviewed like during the music show, and they were like beside each other, and then Stray
Yeah.
Kids looked, the height difference was insane. I was like, grab it. I didn't realize
Yeah.
how tall they were.
How old is
Yeah,
the
they're
age
gigantic.
range for TXT?
Like 20 to 25. Parang ganun.
Hella young.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeonjun's like the oldest.
Yeah.
So he's 25 now.
1999.
Who's your
Yeah.
bias? Is it
My
Subin?
bias is Bongyu, but Subin is
Oh,
killing me. And then every concert, it's like it switches to Taeyeon. So like it's crazy because
yeah.
Taeyeon in person is like
Crazy though,
immaculate. He's
yeah.
like something else. Yeah.
Divine, no.
Yeah.
He is a god on
Parang,
stage,
I don't
like
know.
in person. I always thought of
Yeah.
that. It's like whenever I was like, because obviously you're gonna come in a concert and you're gonna expect someone, right? So you're expecting
Mm-hmm.
most probably your bias. We attended
Yeah.
AAA last
Oh, I
December.
attended AA.
What?
Oh. Oh no.
Ah,
Sayang.
darn it! It's like it was me and Gift and Bobby, one of our co-hosts, and Ali, my fiance.
Mm.
So it's like it was the four of us. We attended AAA together, and obviously I was gonna see Kepler, right? Just for
Oh
comparison.
yeah.
So Kepler was there.
Mm-hmm.
I was looking for Cheon because Cheon's my bias in
Mm-hmm.
in Kepler. But all throughout the stage and when they entered, all I saw was Eugen radiating like
Oh.
freaking divine cosmic sparkles. It's like I don't know. It's like it really like it's really different, and it hits you different when you see them live. It's like you're expecting to see
Yeah.
one person, or not really one person. You're expecting to see the group, right? But you
Mm.
put emphasis or you put more attention towards your bias. But come the stages, come the time you see them, kind of someone else takes the stage for you. And I can definitely understand where you're coming from. Kasi nga, it's like I was expecting to see Cheon, and I did see her, and I
Mm-hmm.
was really happy. But Eugen
Mm-hmm.
radiated freaking omnipotent levels of beauty for me. It's nuts.
Who was your
Yeah.
favorite performer?
In AAA gift.
Hmm.
Me? Oh, probably I would say BSS and of
Oh yeah.
course Youngji. Yeah,
Uh,
BSS was, oh my god, it was crazy. Like everybody was just having fun. Parang concert, ganon.
mm-mm.
I told you this gift, like
Yeah.
Youngji really carried AAA, at least for me. It's like when it comes to
Mm-hmm.
personality plus with the stage of VSS, it's like it's like I'm not the biggest boy group fan in recent years. Pero I started listening to 17 because of BSS.
Yeah.
And it's
They're
It's
like
crazy.
performers talaga.
they are,
Yeah.
Mm.
there are idols, there are singers, but then there are performers, and
Yeah.
17 are really just like performers. I was really disappointed that I didn't get to see TXT in AAA.
Mm.
I really did want to see them live because there's always that point of
It's so
comparison.
good.
Who are we comparing nowadays in the in the top boy group scene? There's always 17, like obviously BTS would still be there,
And
TXT
Hypen, of
and
course.
Hyphen,
Mm-hmm.
Stray Kids,
Treasure.
NCT,
Yeah.
Treasure. I really wanted to see TXT because there were
Yeah.
really always that kind of conversation where this is under big hit, this is under hype. They really
Mm-hmm.
have really good songs, but it's like to see them live would be definitely a game changer for me, like I am with 17 right now.
Mm.
Because ever since like watching BSS live, I've been listening and watching 17 content. And that's very unlike me.
Yeah.
Because it's like I'm big into girl groups. But
Mm.
it's like I gotta keep.
Why weren't they
Yeah, do you
invited
know
pa?
Gift?
I don't know. I'm not sure. I was a
Different
bit
schedule?
sad na parang, oh, maybe. I think so.
Mm.
Yeah.
It was kind of weird too. It's like the majority of the people, the majority of the idols, I think, stayed in Pampanga for the duration of this thing. I think no one
Oh.
went from. It's like, did you come from Manila? Obviously, yeah, right. So you came from NCR.
Yeah.
So was
Yeah,
traffic
yeah, yeah.
horrible?
I think it was good. Parang kasi I rode with the like Trident bus, so it was good
Oh, you
naman.
did the
I didn't really
Trident tours.
feel.
Yeah.
How was
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
How was the
It
experience?
was nice, very smooth. I'm actually partners with them, so they told me that you can ride with us. I'm
Oh
like,
shit.
oh, that's
Oh,
great.
that's cool.
Cool.
And then
What happens
yeah,
inside
and
the bus
then it
though,
was
Gift?
just
Like
smooth.
I wanted to ask.
Do you guys play like
Oh
K-pop inside the bus?
no, it's
Was it
just
quiet?
we just ride.
Oh.
Yeah. And I really wanted to suggest to them that maybe they could play K-pop songs
Yeah.
while, we're on the road.
Yeah.
But it was just quiet. Yeah. Like dead quiet.
Doon din sa kotse, tahimik eh. Tapos pagtingin ko sa likod, tulog yung mga kasama ko.
Yeah. Because I also slept. So, yeah.
Fair enough. But it's
Probably a
like,
good
I'm
thing.
pretty sure
Yeah.
like if you had sounds, music there, everyone would be like jumping in their seats. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, that
Yeah.
kind of like, but like obviously, like props to Tridom. That was pretty cool. Like also what they did for people that are unable to ride the bus, like give opportunities for people to bring their cars. And yeah, I
Yeah.
would say that it was a like relatively compared even to other performances or other concerts. Ingrid said she attended like I don't know 3 concerts from Philippine Arena already, and that was the
Smoothest.
smoothest one. We
Yeah.
actually really
Yeah.
enjoyed AAA. Actually,
Yeah.
it was
Like
pretty
there's
cool.
like a lot of posts now like AA was boring. I was like, girl, I
No.
was there and like it was fun.
Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
There
But
was
you know
no
how it is.
Big
You can't
Ted
really
moment.
please. You can't really please everyone. You get what I mean? It's like
Yeah.
that's totally understandable. Not I wouldn't want to say understandable, but I can. Obviously, it's something that I imagined would happen. That people would definitely not be happy about some of the things that screwed up.
Mm-hmm.
But it's an award show. It's an event. Some things will definitely screw up. It's a matter of how they pick up after that screw up. And I think overall AAA was pretty solid.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. was
Gift,
great.
since you watch a lot of K dramas, right? Like, so Yuki and I, we're not really big fans of. I mean, we are, we
We
do, but
are, we
then
are, we are.
we're
Yeah.
more like into the K-pop side for
Mhm.
AAA. Like, were you excited to see like the actors? Like, how was your
Nakita mo,
heart?
nakita mo yung labi.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. How was your heart when you saw some
Super.
of them?
I was mainly the reason why I bought the AAA tickets was for the actors
Oh,
actually.
right.
Because it's so rare to like see them in one room.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
because if actors you just come here for a fan meet and then that it's very rare to see them
Mhm.
in one room. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna buy tickets, and then I was losing my mind. Really
Like,
just
who
losing my
was
mind
the
Who's
one you
the-
were
when I
most
saw the
excited
actors and
Yeah.
to see?
actresses. Juno. I was really looking forward for
Oh,
Juno.
yes.
King the Land. Yeah, I was like,
Yes.
oh no. And then we had Kim Sejong, An Hyoseo, who else? Like, ang dami talaga. It
Melai.
was crazy. Mel.
Moon Ka-young was
Yeah,
there
Melly was
too.
fun.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, oh my
Grabe,
God.
she's
She was so pretty
beautiful.
though.
Yeah.
Who was the
Yeah.
prettiest out of all of them that you saw in person, Gift?
I think I would say Kim
Prettiest
Sejong
even
was
boy or girl,
amazing.
ah? Boy or girl?
Okay, boy or girl? Oh no, ang dami. But I think Hyosop was like amazing.
Yeah,
And
yeah.
Hyosop, he was so
Mm.
tall.
He was so
And,
pretty,
like,
yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, he was so pretty. It was
Yeah,
amazing.
Sejong-
And then Suho from EXO.
Oh yeah, he was there too. And Kim Sonu was
Yeah.
there too.
Sejong had
Oh yeah.
like the biggest reaction out of the crowd, right? It's like it was
Yeah.
so obvious too that the Philippines love Sejong. It goes straight,
Yeah.
probably goes straight to the roots from her IOI stint to becoming like a part of another group, to becoming a solo artist, to becoming someone that's big in dramas and variety shows. But it's like there was a profound love for Sejong in the arena that night. And I was so happy too
Yeah.
because Sejong is such a doll. She is so talented, so beautiful. Like, it was just, it hit hard, at least for me, being a Sejong fan. when everyone chanted her names. Like no one really got a name chant, but
Mm.
Sejong had
Yeah.
one, which I was really happy
Yeah.
about. So happy. I love it. Kingdom Land was with Yuna, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So a lot of people did say that that was a pretty good drama. Would you recommend it, Gift?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Nakakakilig
would
talaga siya.
recommend it.
Kilig
Yeah,
talaga.
like legit na
Especially,
I was like on the floor.
especially, especially like for second gen fans,
Yeah.
since it's Juno from
Yeah.
2PM and Yuna from Girls' Generation. Yeah, it was pretty wild.
You know what?
Yeah.
You know what's wild is that they they paired up. It's like I would never in my wildest dreams would think that someone from 2 p.m. and someone from Girls' Generation would pair up in a drama. Obviously, that already happened with Tiffany and Nikon at one point, but that was real life. Pero it's like it was so. It's like when I found out about King Land. It's like, okay, who's the artist? It was like Ali, my fiance, was like, oh, it's Yuna. Oh, okay, cool. Sino yung leading man niya? It's like, it's Juno. Juno who? It's like 2 p.m. Juno. What the hell? Really? So I knew that Juno was like an actor, but I didn't know, like, after seeing some of the clips, that he is just like up there nowadays.
Mm.
Plus, he won Best Actor for AAA.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it was like I was really surprised. I love Juno when he was in 2 p.m. He's one of the funniest members there, to be honest with you. It's like at least top two for me. And it was always for me, it's like he never really occurred to me as someone that would really go into drama because he was so good in variety. So that's why I thought like Taekyon was the one that was really gonna go all in on drama, and
Mm.
Juno was really gonna go in all in on variety because he is so funny. But then you see him act nowadays, and he is just like friggin' bawling when it comes to how he
Mm.
acts. I am so impressed.
Mm.
Probably because
Yeah.
I'm biased too, because I'm a hottest. But I'm a big 2 p.m. fan, so I don't know. But yeah,
Yeah,
Juno,
King
man.
the Land was
Yeah.
pretty good. Like, what's your favorite K drama gift? Like,
All
what's
time
like the
gift.
K drama that started it all for you?
Me? Wait,
Oh, that
before
might
I
be different.
say,
That might
I'm
be
very
different.
sorry.
Okay.
But can I charge my laptop first?
Go for it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
go for
Yeah,
Yes.
no,
it.
no, go for it. It's
Okay.
fine.
I'm I'm just gonna turn it off for a
Yeah, sige, sige
second.
lang.
Wait, how do I turn off the camera here? Okay, here.
There, yeah.
Okay. For a while.
It happens. Ganyan din si Ingrid minsan.
Yeah, it always happens. I make sure to charge it beforehand. Yeah.
Buti na lang nakita niya. Sa bagay, mag-notify naman yung MacBook eh. No?
Mm-mm. But there was one time. I think that was the time that we lost the footage because my laptop died.
Oh yeah, oo nga.
Yeah.
We
Sorry about
lost a
that.
ton of footage, actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think it's like parang mga tatlong episode ata yung hindi natin pinublish.
Yeah.
Pero
That's
those
okay.
were like a lot of reasons naman. It's
Mm-mm.
like one of them we completed the content for, pero I wasn't happy about the content.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And then
Yeah.
one time, I think Bobby's
Yeah.
video didn't
Bobby's
really
video
upload
was yeah.
locally.
Mm. You good?
Yes,
Yes.
I'm good.
It's
Thank you
it's
so
fine
much.
because it happens all the time with Ingrid.
Yeah. Like it happens a lot, yeah, for
Yeah.
me.
Okay.
So the benefit of not doing a live episode, you can edit things out. Um okay.
Yeah.
Going back. So it might be different because it's like if you say all time might be different to what started it all for Gift. It's like let's backpedal a little bit. Get to know Gift a little bit more when it comes to her content. The love for the Korean language that you obviously have.
Yeah.
Was it because of K drama? Because you were interested in watching, or was it because of K-pop?
It's because of K-pop. It was because of K-pop. And to tell you like the detailed story, I don't know if I told this as a podcast, but um I was watching Treasure from YG live.
Oh.
Back
Okay.
then they were still Treasure 13. They haven't debuted yet. But I was watching their live and then I got so frustrated that wala akong maintindihan. So I just
Mhm.
decided to like learn ASAP. And then it just
Jeez.
continued. So
The
yeah.
dedication,
Oo
dude.
nga eh, no? Pucha.
Yeah.
Grabe.
How I wish. Jesus Christ.
Yeah.
So it was because of K-pop, but then like it obviously is like, getting the accent right would probably be because of K-dramas and variety shows, right? When you watch a variety show, you see
Yes.
them like in a more informal setting, and like they get more lines and stuff, obviously, because singing it is different from speaking it.
Yeah.
So with K
Yeah.
drama, so because you're a big fan of K drama, what was the K drama that started it all for you then? So when you
Oh,
watch this
started
K
off.
drama, sinabi mo sa sarili mo, shit, I gotta watch more K drama. This is
Like
pretty
you've
cool.
been missing out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, for me, I think it was Legend of the Blue Sea.
Oh, it's a good
So yeah,
one.
yeah, because my mom was watching it on TV, and I was like, "Oh, ang ganda pala, no?" And then I was so young back then, huh? Like I was like a baby. So parang, oh, okay. And then I started watching others like Goblin, and then it kept on like continuing. So like, yeah, it came to this point. So
So what's the best K drama of all time then for you?
oh no, oh
Like
no,
if you could pick at least like top three
Top
of
3 na
your
lang.
top
favorite.
Mm.
three,
Hmm.
top three in order or
Not
like
necessarily. Not
same
Not
necessarily.
level.
necessarily.
Not necessarily.
Okay. Same level. We'll do same level. One thing that I always say when somebody asks what K drama should I watch, I always suggest what's that? No. While you were sleeping.
Oh, Bay
Yeah.
Suzy. Yeah.
And then Uncontrollably Fond.
Oh,
So
okay.
those are the two. And
Mhm.
then I also suggest 25, 21.
25
That was
yeah,
Oh,
heartbreaking.
right.
yeah.
Mm.
Yeah. And then lastly I do Alchemy of Souls. So
Ooh.
Hmm.
I think that was the most
yeah.
recent one too. That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I always say
I like the season one.
Goblin for some reason. Because
Mm,
it's like you don't really get a whole lot of CGI in dramas. Except, like obviously nowadays you do. Pero back when
yeah.
Goblin came out, it was one of the best CGI work in a K drama that I've seen. And I've been watching, K dramas a whole lot even before watching Goblin. Pero Goblin's storyline was like just freaking amazing for me.
Yeah, it was very new.
Yeah. It was
Mm.
something that you wanted to expect it but didn't expect it like
Mm.
regardless. And it was like how it was all connected with each other was just freaking amazing. I had like my doubts and like speculations on when it started, but when it really just unfolded, when everything unfolded for me, it's like it was just what?
Yeah.
He's this and she's that and blah blah blah. It's like, man.
Yeah. I remember watching the very last, I think one of the last episodes. I I stayed in a Starbucks in
Spoiler alert.
BGC. No, no, no.
Okay.
It was just like a funny memory because I think I was applying for jobs. Like I just graduated college when it came out.
Mm.
And I remember myself like bawling inside Starbucks when I was watching Goblin.
Not a good place to watch your K dramas, everyone.
Yeah, I
Wouldn't
yeah,
recommend.
I was like trying to stop my tears from falling, but yeah, it was pretty good.
And that was the first time that I
Yeah,
was
that's
more
why.
interested in the second lead compared to the main leads of the
Oh,
show. Yeah.
is it Sungjae? Is it?
No,
I
no,
know,
no,
no,
no.
no.
Dongwook and
Oh
what was her name?
Yeah,
yeah,
Oh shoot, I
forgot.
forgot.
But
cool.
didn't they have like a spin-off of that,
It wasn't a
or like,
spin-off. I don't. Was it a spin-off?
or they had their own K drama
They
after
had their
that?
own
They
K
had
drama
their
after. Yeah.
own K drama, which is Touch Your Heart.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Touch
it
Your Heart.
was
Yeah, there
great
you go.
too.
It was a
Yeah,
shorter one, but it's like they were decent there. It's like plus I was like just a
yeah,
big fan of them. It's like I was so interested in them. I was so invested in the second leads that it's like I tend to forget. It's like whenever they go on the screen, it's like, oh come on, when are, when is Dongo coming in? It's like it's so interesting to watch Goblin, and a lot of people actually gave me flack for recommending Goblin because it might be one of the greats, but it's not the greatest. And I can totally understand where you guys are coming from. It's just like for me, it's something that I wanted to recommend because it gets you hooked. Kasi
Mm.
it's like at least for me, a Goblin after the first episode, I got me hooked. It's like immediately because it was so different. Plus CGI wasn't really
Mm.
bad. It was one of, like I said,
Mhm.
best one of the best CGI uh dramas that I've seen. So Gift, before we cap off the show, being K-pop
Mm-hmm.
fans, Ingrid and I, it's like, we have our biases. You have your
Yeah.
bias, right?
Okay.
But we really don't
Yeah.
have the benefit of getting to
Knowing how
talk to
to,
them,
yeah.
like knowing how to talk to them. It's like, because if you talk to them in English, they'll like, 6 times out of 10, they would just say, oh, yeah, thank you, thank you. It's like a lot of the,
Yeah.
the idols definitely don't have English as their first or second language. And that's totally understandable. However, because you have the benefit of if you bump shoulders with someone like Juno, right? Alam mo kung
Okay.
paano ka magsasalita, magre-react, right?
Or Taeyeon from
Yeah.
TXT.
No, or Teo from TXT, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted Ingrid and I to, let's say we bump with BI, because BI is her bias, and for me
Hermione.
probably
Okay.
Wien. It's like we're gonna say something and we want you to try and translate it in
Yeah.
Korean.
You help us like learn how to
Oh
say it to them.
no.
Yeah, let's just try. Let's just try.
Okay.
It could be something funny, Let's
It's
see.
it's gonna be short lang. Let's make
It's
it
yeah,
short,
it's gonna be
please.
short long. It's not gonna be like a whole novel. Don't worry.
Mm-mm.
So let's say,
Okay.
let me go first. Like I bump in the. I put the whole get the good ganyan. So I bump with you. And it's like omo na. It's like is it omo na? Is it? It's like how do you say? It's like how do you react in Korea? It's like oh my god.
For me, if I were to bump in
Yeah,
with an
let's say
idol, I would just probably, I don't
say
know,
oh.
like oh, yeah, like oh, and then just say 안녕하세요. Probably I will try my best to be calm. Para
Okay.
Yeah.
hindi like mo-weirden out, like parang weird naman ito.
Okay.
But okay, if you
안녕하세요.
like to make it like funny, like it's not saying we're gonna be actually saying it to them, but then if you didn't have to like be so polished and like put like a guard up,
Mm.
if you were to see your bias like in person, like what would you say to them like in Korean?
Okay, let's do
I
that.
would say
Even if it's weird or whatever or funny.
I would number one would be you're so handsome. 너무 잘생겼어요. Like you're so handsome in in real
In real
life.
life, yeah.
실제로 너무
Yeah.
잘생겼어요. Yeah, I would probably say that.
Say that.
It's like it's gonna be crazy. Yeah.
I would probably it's like I would probably go no filter too. But at the same time it's like obviously you need to like what Gift said, you don't want them weirded out. Like you
Yeah,
don't want them
yeah.
like,
Yeah.
calling airport
Yeah.
police on you. But
Mm.
let's do this. Let's translate it. I'll go first. Let's just try this out. So and then I bump with Rian. It's like, oh my god, you're so beautiful. Let me take you on a date. How do you say that in Korean without, you know?
Date? Oh. It would be wait, that would be oh my god or 어머 너무 예뻐요.
Hmm.
And then what was that? Can I take you on a date?
Yeah, can I take you out on a date tonight?
Or usually they say it like what will you do tonight? Or like
Oh,
저녁에
okay.
뭐 해요? Like yeah, and
That's how
then
you ask
just
someone out.
it's like that's how you ask someone. But you could also say that 데이트 보러 갈까요? Like can we go on a date? But usually they say like what are you doing for dinner and like stuff.
Because
So,
they want to
yeah.
be more polite and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man,
Jeez.
I feel bad because like you guys are so like respectful and polite about it. But then I was gonna ask Gift like
Okay, let's do it.
it's
Let's do
weird.
it.
Okay. For context, I'm usually like this talaga when it comes to
Yeah, she's very
handin.
thirsty. In
Yeah.
Gift. So just
Mhm.
wanted to let you know that for context.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
It's her saying this. Gift is just
Yeah.
translating. Gift is
Yeah,
her
so
subtitle.
no, it's something weird lang na I thought about that would probably make him laugh as well. Like,
Okay,
I wonder,
naglalakad
how
si
do you
Han din.
say?
It's
Yeah,
like,
someone's
"Ay!"
walking.
Ay, bulang ka Ingrid.
How would you say? How would you say your armpits are cute?
What? Okay. I don't like. You would probably say that like armpit in Korean is like 겨드랑이. It
Kyojirongi.
sounds weird.
Kyojirongi.
겨드랑이. Yeah.
겨드랑이.
So you would say, yeah. 겨드랑이 너무 귀여워요. That's very random though.
Kyojirongi
You would
너무
say-
귀여워요. Okay.
Yeah. 겨드랑이 너무 귀여워요.
Okay, that's
How
awesome.
did he bump into you? It's like, ganyan pa siya. Like, well, why was that the first thing that came in your mind?
No, it's not like of course I'm gonna be respectful about it. I've met him twice already. So I was like, I was just thinking, I was just thinking like, what's a funny thing I wanted to ask Gift to translate for me, like something funny. And he would also laugh about. So yeah, I'm not really weird, guys. I'm not really weird.
How Gift, how do you say can I live in your pocket?
Can I live in your pocket?
Yeah.
주머니에서 살 수 있을까요? Like, can I live in your pocket? 주머니 is pocket.
Uh-huh.
And then like
Money.
주머니에서 살 수 있어요. 제가 그쪽에 주머니에서 살 수 있어요. Like that.
That's so
Yeah, because
It's so
grammar is like
long,
so
though.
different in Korean, right?
Yeah.
But yeah, that's probably it's like if I see Wien, it's like, oh, can I take you out on a date? Can I also live in your pocket, please?
Okay, so that's 겨지렁이 너무 귀여워요.
Yeah, 겨드랑이 너무 귀여워요.
Okay,
Yeah.
gotcha.
Can I? So then how do you say can I live in your armpit?
That's so random. I think it's like 겨드랑이에서 살 수 있을까요? 겨드랑이. Just replace 주머니 with
With
겨드랑이. So
겨드랑이.
like
Oh my
겨드랑이에서.
god. My gosh,
수
this is so
있을까요?
random. Gift, it's really been fun. Thank you so much for appearing on the podcast. Please invite everyone. Tell them where to find you, what you're up to next, if ever that we can spoil anything. So yeah, you have the floor.
Yeah. You can follow me on Instagram at Lane Margaret Gift Boyser, and then you can also find me on YouTube _YourGift, and on here also on Spotify if this will be on Spotify.
It is.
But Spotify at Gift Podcast, and lastly TikTok ZJaihs ZJAIHS. Thank you.
So we're waiting for the song cover then within the next few months,
no!
right?
Hopefully, I can do something this year.
Maybe when she's washing the dishes.
Yeah, talk about living in your armpit. I don't know. That's the show. Thank you so much for listening to the Kingdom Podcast Season 4, and we'll see you again for the next episode. Peace. Bye, guys.
The Kingdom Podcast is brought to you by the Kingdom Podcast creative team, executively produced by Dustin Sese and presented by the Bunk Collective. You can find us on Facebook, X, Instagram, and TikTok at the Kingdom Pod PH. All episodes are available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube. For inquiries, please email us at thekingdompodph@thebunkph.com. And don't forget to visit thebunkph.com/thekingdompodph. Thanks for listening to the show and see you next time.